Yo, what is going on, guys? Hope everyone's having a fantastic day today. So I'm going to go over more Philadelphia Eagles news. Now, I want to go over some news, a trade that did happen, which I was kind of like, I had to read it twice because I almost got confused, but the Eagles actually traded, newly acquired Ugo Amadi that we got in the Jays Ortega-Whiteside trade to Seattle. We ended up trading him to the Titans. We gave away a 7th-round pick, and we got a 6th-round pick in return. So, pick swap. The Eagles got a higher pick. They actually got compensation for Ugo Amadi, a guy that probably wasn't going to make the team. I mean, he played special teams. You know, he played nickel in that Browns preseason game. He made like 4 tackles. He actually had a pretty good game. And then, yeah, that was pretty much it. And I figured, we'll give him another shot, see what happens. He'll probably be a special teams guy, most likely. And didn't even make it to the final cuts come this Tuesday. Not even playing in this game this week. So he got traded to the Titans. Eagles get a 6th-round pick back, and the Eagles give up a 7th-round pick for the Titans. So to get a 6th-round pick for J.J. Ortega-Whiteside, pretty much, you actually got compensation for a player that probably, I don't know how he did it, but he did it, and I have to say, I'm pretty happy about it. That was actually a really good move. So now you have a 6th-round pick. You know, so obviously you lose a 7th, you get a 6th, so who cares? Day 3 picks are important, guys. These picks are used. You know, we did this past year to move up for Jordan Davis. We used like, 3/5 and whatever the 2/5 and whatever, the 4 picks that we used to move up, two slots in the draft to go get him. So those Day 3 picks are very important to the Eagles and Howie Roseman because he likes to use those to kind of spice up the deals a little bit on draft night or whatnot. So I think it was great. I had no problem with it. I was kind of surprised. I had to read it over twice just to make sure. I'm like, we just acquired Ugo Amadi a few days ago, and now we're trading him. Okay. And we got a pick, and we got a higher pick in return. So Howie Roseman is wheeling and dealing. It's not a superb, crazy move, but hey, we got something from nothing, really, which is good. I want to go over next these Jalen Reagor tweets. Reagor's been really busy the other day. He was tweeting out a whole bunch of stuff. He had an hourglass that was filled up with sand on the top that was coming down, that was going down. And then he had like some tweets like, no time for distractions. Keep hustling, keep battling. Been moving of all faith. We're going to get even. So, I mean, he's been putting out some tweets here and there. You know, when I see like no time for distraction, keep battling. You know, maybe is there a trade happening? You know, is there something going on? The hourglass with the sand on the top, moving to the bottom. He only has a certain time limit being on the Philadelphia Eagles until Tuesday. I don't know if a trade is going down. So, I mean, this could mean a million different things. It could mean he's going to make the team. It could mean that he's, maybe he's finding out that there's a good chance he could be our number 5 receiver as of right now. I mean, it could happen, guys. I mean, as much as, my problems with Reagor and how he's played, you usually give these receivers 3 years. And I don't know, having a 1st-round pick receiver being your number 5, is he even going to have a chance to even hit the field at this point? I don't know. In my gut, I feel like there's something going on. I just don't feel like he's going to be here. I feel like a trade, I feel like the Eagles have, when we found out a couple weeks ago, there was an AFC team that was interested in Jalen Reagor, and it was the Denver Broncos, okay? And really nothing has happened ever since then, from that. So, I mean, Broncos are good at receiver right now, so I don't know what else the Broncos are going to do, what the Eagles are going to do, if there's still, maybe interest with both teams. I'm not really sure. Eagles-Ravens during the draft. Apparently the Ravens had a lot of interest in Reagor, but maybe, they wanted to add more than, they had Rashad Bateman. They just felt like they needed more receivers, a guy that could prove his worth on the team. And I don't know, the Eagles just never pulled the trigger on that trade either. I mean, you had the Chicago Bears for a while that really just needed as many receivers as possible. There was a lot going on there, a rebuild team. So there were plenty of teams to trade Reagor to. Eagles just haven't pulled the trigger. So my thought about it is why they haven't pulled the trigger on this trade yet is an interesting one. And this is from Mosher the other day talking about, an AFC team and an NFC team. 2 more different teams had called the Eagles the other day, a couple days ago, to inquire about Jalen Reagor. Okay, so this is what he had to say. He said, "It's my understanding that we have seen 2 teams that have been checking into Jalen with the Eagles lately over the last few days. One from my AFC from the AFC and one from the NFC. I don't know if they made an offer or what kind of response they're getting. I would think because we're getting closer to the second of the third preseason game here, if there's going to be a move, I would think if a team wants to trade for a guy, they're going to try to get him before the third preseason game and give them. Yeah, so look, I think either the Eagles are just going to flat out trade him or the Eagles are trying to look for some type of compensation. I'm not saying that I'm not really worried about compensation they're getting for Reagor. I just hope they're not squeezing teams too hard to say like, oh, we want a third, fourth round pick for Reagor. And trust me, if they get a third, fourth round pick for Reagor, it's a steal trade in my book. Okay. Number two, they could be looking to add a player to this roster. Maybe they're trying to find a safety, maybe a depth piece safety or something, which I think could definitely happen. I don't see why not. I mean, Jesse Bates signed his franchise tag, so we're not touching that as of this year, maybe next year. You know, you could trade for Eddie Jackson if you want, you know, that you could maybe trade him to the Bears and maybe get Eddie Jackson in return and finish out his contract if you want to do that or redo his deal. Derwin James got signed, so he's not available. So, I mean, Chuck Clark is still available with the Ravens. Will the Ravens and Eagles come back together like they did during the draft? Is there something there? I don't know. I mean, there's plenty of options they can go. But is it a trade? Number one, we have to figure out if he's made this team or if it's a trade. Number two, if he is traded, what team is it going to be? Number two, what compensation are you getting pick-wise for Reagor? And number three, are they going after a player in the same process because you know, they haven't pulled the trigger on this trade yet, hence why they're trying to look for a depth safety or maybe a starting safety or something. You know what I mean? Maybe the Eagles are willing to give up a little bit more. You know, the Eagles traded, you know, Ugo Amadi, get that extra 6th round. So maybe they add that into the mix, you know, kind of spice up the trade a little bit. I don't know. I don't think he's getting flat out released. I don't think they're putting Reagor on the waiver wire. I think he's going to be the number 5 receiver or he's going to get traded. My gut feeling, and I'm not saying this because I'm biased and I don't like Jalen Reagor. I wish him all the luck wherever he goes, whatever happens to him. I don't wish bad luck on anybody. You know, JJ, I hope he does good in Seattle. You know, it is what it is. You know, we've had bad times, you know, and things just don't work out. But with Reagor, I just feel like there's just something going on. I feel like the Eagles are exploring all their options. And you could have a trade within the next week. I mean, before the cuts on Tuesday, you know, and the Eagles will be looking at the waiver wire too, guys. Like, there could be a player that the Eagles really want from a certain team that's going to get waived. And look, I'm saying, Reagor, you're not trading. I mean, you could trade Reagor for a really good player, but the Eagles will have to add in a couple good picks for it, you know, some mid-rounders or something if you're going to get a caliber starter or something like that. You know, not a Pro Bowl player, but you're going to get someone that's, you know, that could come in and play right now. So it's a huge possibility what they could do here, and I am not going to leave it off the table. So till we find out the Cryptic tweets. You know, he was very active on Twitter the other day, as he always is, but not that much. He was pretty active yesterday. So I just feel like something's going on. You know, maybe it's he's just channeling his mind to not hear the outside noise, or maybe he's channeling his mind that there's change coming and he just has to keep working and putting in the work at Eagles training camp. Maybe they're treating this how they treated Zach Ertz before he got traded. Obviously, Ertz hit the field as a starter and then he got traded, but they pretty much told Ertz, you know, play, you know, practice with the team. We'll try to move you, and we have some things going on, so we'll try to get you moved as soon as we possibly can if a trade can go down. That's why I think so much hype with Jalen Reagor throughout the preseason. He came in good shape. He looked really great. Oh, he's this and he's that. And then we see him in a preseason game, and it's like, where's the change? How has he got better? I mean, from the opportunities given, I guess I can give him a break, but there wasn't at least one play I said he looked different. Special teams, definitely not. I mean, sidestepping on punt returns, still running horizontal, trying to go around and run straight up through people. I mean, I just don't get it. I don't get it. I haven't seen change. I don't know if it's going to happen. Look, if he stays, he stays. It is what it is. You know what I mean? I'll actually be pretty shocked, to be honest, because I just feel like there's way too many rumors about Reagor right now. Way too many since the beginning of the offseason. Beginning of this offseason that passed, okay, there was rumors that the Eagles and, you know, Jalen Reagor have agreed to have a fresh start. You know, and then it was quiet, and then we got the training camp, came in good shape, and then, you know, it's just what you see with your own two eyes is differently. Like, and Reagor caught, even during the Miami Dolphins game, he got a big reception. The Miami Dolphins game, I think every receiver did pretty damn well. And he gives when he can give, and Nick favors these scrimmages more than these preseason games. So maybe Reagor has done more in these preseason games than he has done. He's done a lot more. He's done better in these scrimmages than he has done these preseason games. Sorry, I screwed up the words there. So let me know what you guys think. Do you think it's a trade? Do you think it's a release? What team do you think he's going to get traded to? In your gut feeling as of right now in the comment section below, I want you to tell me, what do you feel like is going to happen? Is he the number 5 receiver, or do you think that he's going to get traded? All the rumors going around now, the tweets, and it doesn't add to me that, are they going to trade for a safety in the process? Are they trying to get a player in return? Trade Reagor? It's all a possibility. So let me know in the comment section below what you guys think. I think it's very interesting. And you got to reminisce and stuff like this. This is important. This could be our draft next year. This could be a player that we get. Who knows? We could trade for a safety. We could just flat out trade him and get a pick. Who knows? I don't know what's going to happen, but we'll see. Other than that, guys, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys on the next one. SHAKESQUAD up, follow, so peace out, guys. Peace.